Patriots will never see this run again, Jim.
Brady's pass is intercepted and returned for a touchdown by Logan Ryan, the former Patriot. He didn't drop it this time.
No, he didn't. Gets a second chance. And weirdly, I know this sounds crazy.
I know what you're going to say.
But I think that helped New England.
I think you were going to say that because they'd still be an 8-point game.
They were on the 1 yard line.
Right. I think you were going to say that.
They have a chance to return a kick now, which is more likely. I mean, I know that's great job, Tennessee. That's where you want to go down. That's where you catch that and go right down, right there. You don't take it to the house there.
You know what? They're wise to the way you're thinking, and they may
go for two.
They're going to go for two. I see Mariota on the field. I see Derrick Henry.
The other one.
On free agency frenzy, and this is a blockbuster as Tom Brady, 6-time Super Bowl champion, tweeting out he is leaving the Patriots and officially becomes a free agent at 4 p.m. Eastern Time tomorrow. 3-time AP MVP, 6-time Super Bowl champion. He has decided to officially leave the Patriots.
After 6 Super Bowl titles, 9 Super Bowl appearances, 30 playoff wins, 13 bye weeks, 219 regular season wins, and 16 AFC East Division titles in a 20-year dynasty, the most dominant player-coach duo of Tom Brady and Bill Belichick has officially come to a close. My football journey will take place elsewhere, Brady stated on a March 17th Instagram post, evidently referring to Tampa Bay and the Buccaneers. Brady, entering his age 43 season, the 21st of his career, has officially closed the door on the NFL's greatest all-time dynasty with the New England Patriots. This 2-decade run of absolute dominance reaches its end shortly after what all thought would be one of perhaps the most dominant single seasons within the dynasty itself. A week 1 through 7 stretch in which the Patriots offense would average 34.5 points per game while being rewarded with a defense allowing just 6.3 points to opponents. It would appear all was looking normal in Foxborough. Yet this wouldn't last, with New England's competition quality increasing in the following stretch. Brady and Belichick would combat for an offense averaging 21.8 points, a 12.7 point dip. However, the shift didn't end there, with opponents such as Baltimore, Houston, and Kansas City giving the Pats' defense noteworthy issues, increasing New England's opponent's scoring average to 19.6 in weeks 8 through 17. All in all, which would lead us to the dreadful January night, which would be the final we'd all witness Tom Brady in a New England Patriots uniform. A flawed defense with a then extremely exploited offense, to say the least, jointed in a shortcoming effort to a Tennessee Titans team who would go on to shock the NFL by putting an end to the record-setting Lamar Jackson Baltimore Ravens offense. In this video, I'm going to break down 5 key factors following 2015 that played major in Tom Brady's pulled trigger, which ended one of the most golden standard dynasties in sports history. Dynasty which again would manage to make 9 Super Bowl appearances in the span of 20 years. That's a 45% chance within 2 decades straight in which the Patriots would reach the Super Bowl. To give that a visual, that means there was a 1.5% higher chance of Brady leading the Pats to the Super Bowl any given regular season than us witnessing the NBA's greatest shooter Stephen Curry knock down a 3-point field goal in his career. Number 5. Deflategate support. In 2015, the New England Patriots followed their 12-4 regular season with an AFC Championship game appearance against the Andrew Luck-led Indianapolis Colts. Luck led the Colts to an 11-5 year, clinching the AFC South and eventually a ticket to Foxborough, which takes us to January 18, 2015, where Tom Brady and the New England Patriots absolutely bulldozed through Chuck Pagano's 19th ranked NFL defense. Brady would convert 12 of 18 third downs to Luck's 3 of 11, evidently leading to a not-so-close 45-7 victory, which ultimately led to New England's 4th Super Bowl win over the Seattle Seahawks, an infamous Malcolm Butler pick, and plenty of post-game Richard Sherman memes. However, unfortunately, things took a downward trend as Brady and the Patriots were linked to the extremely controversial Deflategate investigation, which, following a second trial, sat Tom Brady with a 4-game suspension to kick off the following season. According to sources close to Brady, the Patriots quarterback felt left out to dry by head coach Bill Belichick and team owner Robert Kraft, all following Brady's strict defense for the two during the 2007 Spygate investigation, in which the Patriots were disciplined by the NFL for videotaping defensive signals during a September New York Jets game. Number 4. Super Bowl 52. Next up, also involving former cornerback Malcolm Butler, is Super Bowl 52. Animosity between Brady and Belichick was looming Gillette Stadium due to the Deflategate aftermath and effects. Nevertheless, Brady and Belichick managed to put aside their off-field differences, which led to their third Super Bowl appearance in 4 years against Doug Peterson, Nick Foles, and the Philadelphia Eagles. Finishing 13-3 on the season and earning a bye week, leading to New England's 24-20 AFC title over the Jacksonville Jaguars, Brady and Belichick seized an opportunity to add yet another Lombardi trophy to the collection. Unfortunately, the ultimate detrimental factor which led to 41 Eagles points scored was a poor showing of New England's defense, one coming without a single minute of appearance made by former Super Bowl 49 hero Malcolm Butler. A last-second decision, according to sources, which added a setback and overshadowed Brady's record-setting outing for any Super Bowl losing quarterback. Brady went 27 for 48, throwing for 505 yards and 3 touchdowns, all for his defense to let 40-plus up on the board in one of the biggest questions yet to be answered regarding the Super Bowl overall. Why was Butler benched? Number 3. Jimmy G. Following the Deflategate-issued suspension handed to Tom Brady, Bill Belichick was left to kick off the 2016 season with Jimmy Garoppolo as a starting quarterback. It'd only be weeks 1 and 2 in which we saw Garoppolo, who would go on to suffer a shoulder injury in just the second quarter of week 2 against the Miami Dolphins. Yet, Garoppolo managed to leave good impression in his 2016 stint from both the fans and, more importantly, head coach Bill Belichick, who became increasingly reluctant to give in on a trade involving Jimmy G and fully committing to Tom Brady for years to come down the line. In 2016 as a starter, Garoppolo would throw 43 completions in 63 attempts for 502 yards with 4 touchdowns and 0 interceptions, notching a 113.3 QB rating. A disagreement which only added fuel to an already sparked fire between Brady and Belichick. Reports from outlets such as Bleacher Report and Business Insider all highlighted Belichick's displeasure with being quote-unquote ordered to trade Jimmy Garoppolo and stand by Tom Brady. Number 2. Gronkowski retirement response. Another major and more recent factor that played into the breakup buildup is New England's post-Rob Gronkowski retirement response in providing Brady with a suitable Pats-worthy offensive weapon core in order to make it through 16 weeks and playoffs. On March 24, 2019, Rob Gronkowski announced his retirement from the sport of football, ultimately ending on a high note with the Patriots defeating the Rams 13-3 and seizing their franchise's 6th Super Bowl title. With Gronk saying goodbye to football, the Patriots, and Tom Brady, it was up to New England and Bill Belichick to seek out the next-in-line weaponry needed to fill in the void left by Gronk's departure. Unfortunately, that plan wouldn't fall into fruition, which leads us to our next and final factor. Number 1. The 2020 breaking point. A follow-up to Gronk's post-retirement plan, or lack thereof, is the build-up that was Brady's 2020 breaking point. To wrap up what was a very underwhelming 2019 offseason, which included a signing then release of Demaryius Thomas until late September, the Pats pulled a blockbusting trigger in signing wide receiver Antonio Brown instantly after forcing a release from the Oakland Raiders. Unfortunately, what appeared to be at first a super team season to be remembered for the making in New England was a soon-to-be dumpster fire developing just following both Brown's release from New England and the increasingly competitive weeks down the line. As a late-minute shot in the dark from Bill Belichick, the Pats would acquire Mohamed Sanu in October of 2019 via trade with the Atlanta Falcons, but very far from prime Sanu would be anything but a positive factor in New England's offense, serving more of a detriment when needed the most more than anything. All in all, leading to the ultimate trigger pulled by Tom Brady just a few weeks ago in March. So what do you think? Who's better off right now following the dynasty breakup? Bill Belichick or Tom Brady? Only time will tell. Like, comment, subscribe, and leave suggestions down below of future videos.